GETTYThe soft Irish border will have to change after Brexit. A leaked internal report says a completely open Irish border after Brexit is not possible despite Theresa May's pledge to keep a soft and frictionless crossing once Britain leaves the European Union (EU). The unpublished report, obtained by Irish broadcaster RTE, spells out the difficulties Britain leaving the EU will cause for trade on the island of Ireland. It predicts paperwork arising from new customs checks will increase eightfold post-Brexit, leaving staff unable to cope, and it rejects the likelihood of a customs relationship being forged between the EU, UK and Ireland to allow the current situation to remain. Getty European Union officials visit the Irish border. It is probably somewhat naive to believe that a new and entirely unique arrangement can be negotiated and applied to the EU-UK land frontier. Leaked Irish customs report. Britain said a unique solution could keep the unpoliced customs border frictionless, despite the UK's intention to leave the EU customs union, which would ordinarily see checks placed there. But the report by Ireland's revenue commissioners said it is probably somewhat naive to believe that a new and entirely unique arrangement can be negotiated and applied to the EU-UK land frontier. Once negotiations are completed, the UK will become a third country for customs purposes and the associated formalities will become unavoidable. While this will affect all member states, the effect will be more profound on Ireland as the only EU country to have a land border with the UK. This extra layer of formalities for movements that are currently inter-union movements will not only place a considerable administrative burden on traders, it will also have a negative impact on trade flows and delay the release of goods. GETTYThe lorry crosses the unpoliced Irish border. The report said 91,000 Irish companies trade with the UK and predicts a surge in customs declarations after Brexit. There will be 8 times more paperwork and a likelihood of delays in both processing and physical crossings, the document found. It warned that border roads, ports and airports will all need extra infrastructure to keep track of the flow of goods between the different countries and trading blocs. Friday, September 22, 2017, British Prime Minister Theresa May gestures as she delivers her speech in Florence. Northern Ireland and the Irish border are expected to be discussed at the Brexit talks in Brussels today. At the last round of talks, Brexit Secretary David Davis said work on preserving cross-border cooperation was moving at pace. But the EU's chief negotiator and the Irish foreign minister were less optimistic. Ireland is one of 3 issues where sufficient progress must be made before the EU will start trade talks.